Do you feel constantly tired and overwhelmed despite the reduction of your workload? Do you feel hopeless when it comes to your work and constantly doubting your abilities in what you do? What about procrastination, despite still having tons of work to be complete? Feeling like there's no purpose or value in completing your work?
If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, you are probably suffering from what we call a burnout. Like a candle that burns on both ends, so too does the human spirit when faced with a challenge that is pushed beyond their limits. Now, burnout is described as the inability to cope with daily life, experiencing emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion while feelings of emptiness inside. This impacts oneself as a student, to which they would feel a sense of depression, alienation, and even fatigueness, and much more. You may even not notice that you are experiencing a burnout, or maybe even dismiss it as laziness or procrastination.
So in this project, we aim to investigate the rate of burnouts in students in Taylor's University, and also to shed light on whether the students have their own coping mechanism to counter burnout. Besides understanding the awareness of students with their coping mechanism, the research also aims to find out whether their coping mechanism that they are utilizing is healthy and effective. To do that, a two-part survey was made. The first part of the survey contains the symptoms of burnout, and the second part contains the example of unhealthy coping mechanisms. The students were then asked whether they are experiencing the symptoms and to rate their experiences from 1 to 5, 1 being strongly disagree and 5 being strongly agree. The survey was then sent out to Taylor students via social media, WhatsApp, and Telegram. A total of 102 students' data was collected. So from the data, it can be seen that most of the students are experiencing the symptoms of burnout, and also a majority of them are using unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Okay, so why does burnout happen? This can be explained with the philosophy of existentialism, which is a Western philosophy that says that life doesn't have a built-in meaning. Rather, we create it with our choices. According to this philosophy, burnout is a sense of emptiness that is caused by loss of freedom of choice, authentic self, and meaningful purpose in life. There's 3 aspects which can contribute to burnout, which are the emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and decreased sense of accomplishment. So the next sign of burnout is emotional exhaustion. According to this philosophy, emotional exhaustion is a major depletion in emotional, mental, and physical resources. In existentialism, every person should have a freedom of choice and decision to create their own meaningful of life. If one is not given the freedom to do so and fail to find a meaningful connection, then this will then lead to feeling of emotional exhaustion. This can be seen when a student is overwhelmed by the demands of work, leading to a sense of loss of control and only focus on completing the work rather than finding a true meaning to it. Furthermore, the other signs of burnout is depersonalization. This happens when a person emotionally and physically distance themselves from tasks, people, and emotion to cope with the overwhelming tension caused by the inability to find purpose to life. By hiding the true feeling, one can't truly express himself, leading to a disconnect from true identity and making it hard to live authentically. So, when a student can't find a proper way to deal with their emotional issue, they will have an issue of living existentially.
Next component is sense of achievement. When one has no meaning, value, or purpose in task, they can't feel a sense of accomplishment even after completing their work. From the perspective of existentialism, not finding a meaning to task can cause an existential vacuum. This is seen in students when they use a simplified method just to make sure they complete the task without trying to ask or seek meaning to it. There is a loss of deeper intention, motivation, intention, and morale with reduced productivity, capacity, and inability to cope.
When a student is struggling with burnout, their internal well-being is often neglected, causing an imbalance between their internal and external self, making it harder for these students to achieve Sujatra. It is becoming more challenging for people to achieve the Sejahtera state in the modern era due to many societal pressures that are negatively affecting their mental health. Henceforth, as a nation, Malaysia should aim to provide more mental health resources to support students who are struggling with burnout so that they can achieve Sejahtera. Nonetheless, here are some healthier options to deal with burnout.
First of all, seek for help. Talking to someone professional. Eating a balanced diet. Getting enough and proper rest. Setting realistic and achievable goals, and also time management. And last but not least, talk to your peers.
As we come towards the end of this video, I hope you've gained valuable insights into recognizing and addressing burnout. Remember, burnout is a real issue that can affect anyone, and always use healthy coping mechanisms to deal with it. Thank you for watching this video, and please take care of yourselves and reach out because you matter.